Yes, people, Rodri has won the fucking Ballon d'Or. Now, please, Man City, don't copyright strike me for using that clip earlier. So, Rodri, I think he deserves it. I mean, I've talked about it plenty on streams, but I suppose let me get my opinions out here again as well for one last time. Rodri is one of the best defensive midfielders I've ever seen. I believe Sergio Busquets was on the same level, but he had to compete with Lionel Messi. Rodri does not. That said, I do believe that midfielders and defenders do not get enough credit in the footballing world. Like, personally, I believe that the defenders are so underrated. Take Nathan Ake. I think he's one of the best defenders in the world, but he's not a proactive defender. He's a positional defender, and I find that they are so underrated. Even though they do such important things in the team, they just go unnoticed. Defensive midfielders are probably the most underrated players on a football pitch. People don't rate Kroos, people don't rate Modric, who sometimes plays as a defensive midfielder. People don't rate Busquets oftentimes, they don't rate Rodri. There is a lack of understanding of the game, and you can only have that if you, quite frankly, never played the game. I just have to assume that anyone who does not understand the value of a defensive midfielder, a good defensive midfielder, has never been on a team with a good defensive midfielder. Because I promise you, if you've played in a team where your DM is just scattering, you know he's not doing anything flashy. But that guy carries your team from minute 1 to the last minute. And I feel like that position is so underrated. Now, I'm not saying the Ballon d'Or should go to defensive midfielders every year. If there's not a good enough defensive midfielder, they don't deserve one. But I am happy that Rodri has won it. He was light years clear of anyone else. Quite frankly, there was only one world-class player in world football last year, which is insane to say because we used to have like 10 to 15 world-class players every year, but last year, Vinicius Jr. wasn't world-class, Bellingham wasn't world-class, Mbappe wasn't world-class, Messi wasn't world-class anymore, Haaland wasn't world-class that season, Foden was not world-class that season, Rodri was the only world-class player that season, but we've lowered the standards of football so much, where we are calling a lot of players who are above average and good world-class. I feel like the term just has lost all its value when players like Saka, Foden are getting called world-class. I mean, like, come on, these players are mid-table talents like 20 years ago. Let's not deceive ourselves here. Rodri, I actually believe, put him in our team 20 years ago. He plays for Barcelona, he plays for Real Madrid, he plays for Manchester United, he plays for whatever club there is out there 20 years ago. So I do believe he's actually genuinely world-class. Same cannot be said about anyone else this year, but people just have an attacker's bias, don't they? Vinicius Jr., oh, he scored a goal, he's so good. Scoring goals doesn't make you good. Scoring goals means you scored a goal. Now, if you score a lot of goals, that can mean you're good. It can also mean you're getting carried by your team. Whichever the case, I'm not going to comment too much about that. I'm not going to try to defame players or try to attack them, but there's a lot of people who are claiming racism because Rodri won the Ballon d'Or. Whilst a black man gave Rodri the Ballon d'Or. A black man who had won the Ballon d'Or, by the way. And who was apparently the first footballer to ever be a president as well, which I didn't know about. Apparently, he was the president of what? Liberia, I believe. He was a pretty poor president from what I read about him as well, but he was the first president in any professional footballer. So give him some respect, I suppose. But it's not racism. I think Rodri is well and truly deserving. He's not going to win the Ballon d'Or back-to-back, obviously, because he's injured, but he is the first Man City player to ever win the award. I don't believe he's the best Man City player ever, because when I look at De Bruyne, that season in like 21, 22, 22, 23, from just 2020 to 2022, really, De Bruyne was just something different, but he never played for a good international team. I am Belgian, I can promise you, by the way. For anyone who wants to tell you that De Bruyne played on a good international team, that Belgian team had only one good player and it was De Bruyne. Because Courtois did not care about Belgium. He said that multiple times. Sorry, Toby Alderweireld was never really that good. Spurs fan thought he wasn't. And Hazard just didn't have the mentality required for international football. So I think that De Bruyne never won the Ballon d'Or. Don't think that means he's less good than Rodri. But it does at the very least make Rodri second best for me to De Bruyne. And maybe that's my bias as a Belgian as well, I don't know. But for me, De Bruyne is still the best Man City player ever. This year made Rodri the second best for me. Haaland will surpass them both. I mean, we already know that. He's going to continue scoring like crazy. He's going to break records after records. He's going to surpass them both at some point. But for now, let's just give some respect to Rodri. Let's stop trying to say that this was racism. Like, come on. Real Madrid fans are really petulant children. Because their favourite black guy didn't win it, it's racism. While another black guy hands out your award. Like, come on. Are you serious? Are you serious? And to boycott the ceremony. Even if you think it's unfair. I did not think that Messi should have won it over Haaland. That doesn't mean you fucking boycott it. Come on, that's ridiculous. Tell me what you think about that, yeah? And if you're a Real Madrid fan who happens to be watching this, please tell me that Real Madrid fans don't agree with this approach either. Like, oh my god, I don't even want to talk about it. It's just ridiculous. But thank you guys for watching the video until the end, I suppose. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Go check out some of my other content, some of my less rambly content. I like this ramble content, though. I'm just talking to you guys. It's fun. But yeah, go check out some of my other content. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.